What's up, YouTube? Alright, so we are back on the vlogs. Like I said in our last video, me and Nathan are going to be filming a weekly video for you guys. And on top of that, I said I'm going to make a little bit more effort to do a little bit of my lifestyle stuff. So as of this week, well, for the next 2 weeks, my warehouse worker Joey Fontazzi has gone back to the motherland to visit his family in Italy. So that means I'm going to be taking over doing most of the packing of the orders. I've got another mate who's going to help out for when I can't do it and I've got to be at the gym. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an insight as to how the background operations go at the ABW store warehouse. So I got my headphones ready to go. I'm going to put them in. I'm going to whack out the orders today. I'll do a little bit of a time lapse and then you guys can just have a suss as to how our operations are going after being in business now for 12 months. In another year, I hope to show you guys how we've progressed and hopefully maybe even doubled our stock range by then. So I've got Alex just waiting for me to move the car because I've blocked him in. Can't get out. In the Monaro. Beautiful day. It's always a good day when I'm driving the van. Before we back out of here, I'm going to hold my brother up just a little bit longer before I leave. I'm going to quickly explain this coffee cup that Cynthia got me. It sounded like I was going to explain something hectic, but it's really not. Alright, so this button here opens the cup, which then allows you to drink your coffee. That's all I wanted to say. And then when you let go of that button, bang, it becomes car safe. Look at that, not one drop. Just got a bit of backlash on the face then. Alright, so this is where we're at. We still have to unload everything from these boxes back into the shelving. It's been a little bit mayhem since we brought everything back from the Arnold Expo, but this is basically where we're at in terms of our warehousing at the moment. So we've got a whole bunch of shelves set up into different sizes, so small, medium, large, XL, and then women's. And then we've got all our other spare stock just kind of lined up around here for now. We've got a few offices in here that we can still utilise. Set up some more shelving through there, and then yeah. This is our packing station, so we've got like a big table set up right here for where we pack the orders. We get an envelope, we put a thank you card in there, put our invoices, packing slip, return slip and all that here. What are these? These are our hats. So, with these hats, wow. I actually wanted to give you guys a little bit of an insight as to how fussy I am when it comes to quality control. So what's up guys? So I'm just doing a little bit of warehouse work and I wanted to make this quick video to show you guys our quality control at ABW. So basically with our last hat order, I was meant to release a brand new colour at the Arnold's, but the last batch of hats that we ordered, which was 300 hats, the quality just wasn't up to standard, and I told my supplier, look, I have a reputation to uphold and every single one of our ABW customers loves our hats. It's probably our signature product, our A-frame hat. I am not going to sell anything short of spectacular. Alright, so what we have here is the original A-frame hat. As you can see, it's quite squared off and it's been shaped to the mold after they put the paneling together. So this is one of our original hats. It's got an insert to protect the shape and the sizing of it when they put it in the boxes so that they can ship it internationally. Now this is the one that they've just most recently sent me, which hasn't been shaped to the mold. They didn't heat press it, and they've literally just slapped the 5 panels together. And if we put them side by side, you can see how wide that sits in comparison to this one. So this is what it's meant to look like, and this is what it's not meant to look like. Even from the side, you can tell the shape of the hat actually goes up like that, which is not what it's meant to be. It's meant to be nice and squared off like this. I've gone back to my suppliers and I've said, look, what can we do to resolve this issue? Because I'm literally going to grab these 300 hats and I'm going to throw them in the bin. There's no way I'm going to sell these on my website. So then they've gone back to their managers and they've told them the problem, and now they're going to remake a portion of the hats, which means the next 300 hats that I'm going to sell, I'm literally going to be selling them just below cost price, which I'm happy to bear the cost in order to make sure that the ABW standard is withheld. There's 100 black ones in the cotton that we'll be throwing out, and there's 100 camo ones that are all defective. So I will literally just be throwing them straight in the bin because they're not even fixable. I know, it's a huge waste of time, money and effort, but that's the ABW standard. We will not release anything short of spectacular. Alright guys, so I'm not going to lie, I haven't done much packing in the 12 months that we've been operating because I've got warehouse workers that do that for me, and they've been awesome. So he's written out a bulletproof instruction manual for me to do. I'm going to follow the steps and basically pump out these orders over the next hour or so. And I'm going to just put a little time lapse to show you guys what I'm doing. But what I want you guys to take home is that I'm going to show you where we're at 12 months into operation, and I think that we've got a pretty solid system and we've got a pretty good team that work for us. Now, I'm not going to try and pretend that I'm on the same level as these other bigger companies like such as RiderWare or someone like that who's been in business for probably about 8 years. So coming into business for a first year, I'm happy with where I'm at, and I'm not going to sit here trying to compare my warehouse or my operations or my order and my turnover with my volume to some of the bigger companies, because I know I'm not there yet. And my take-home message to you guys, if you ever wanted to get into a small business like this and eventually let it grow, don't look to just jump to the top and have this huge operation going on that you're not going to be able to manage. So with me, my biggest thing was to minimize the amount of cost involved in warehousing and also staffing, and try and maximize the profit margins that I could. Obviously giving the customer the best price possible, and then just reinvesting 100% of that leftover turnover back into my stock in order to grow the range. I'm not looking to basically pimp out my warehouse and have 50 workers and then basically have no profit margins left to grow the range. I don't want to be just turning over the same stock. I don't want to be just restocking old items. I want to be continuously making up new stuff, which is why a lot of my time is dedicated towards that, not the warehousing side of things, because my attention and focus needs to be growing the brand. So this kind of behind the scenes stuff it's very important. It is the backbone to your business. So you need to make sure that the fundamental systems in place are bulletproof and that you have an efficient process that your team can follow. And something like this as a bulletproof method, which means that if my warehouse workers can't come in, someone else can come in and just read this and basically follow the steps one by one in order to learn how to do the picking, how to send out the parcels, how to do international parcels, how to print the labels. And this is all stuff that was so hard for me to comprehend how to do when I was first starting up the business. I was like, how do I even print off the orders? How do I get the labels to print? How do I print it from an A4 piece of paper to come out of a label printer? And then how do I take those parcels to the AusPost or to DHL? The setup of the business was so hard for me to learn, and there wasn't many people in the industry that were willing to share their process with me. I had mates that have been doing clothing brands for years, and no one wanted to show me. No one wanted to tell me that you got to set up a business account with AusPost and that you can just set it up so that they charge you, and my warehouse worker can just take the packages there, or we can schedule a pickup and they just charge my account. I thought you literally had to pack the orders one by one and pay every time you drop it off, which means he would have to have my credit card or whatever. But that's not how it works. He just takes the parcels there, bang, drops it off, and then they charge it to my account. So like, these are all the little things that I never knew, but I learned over time, and now that I know it, I'm so clear with how it is meant to work. It's all just so fluent, you know? So anyway, bottom line is, take your time setting up your businesses, learn the protocols and what actually is involved, and then slowly grow it. Don't try and compare yourself to other companies that are already 8-10 years into business and think that you're going to just jump to their level.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is...
Alright guys, so I just finished up packing the orders, so it actually took me a lot longer than expected. I've actually done this before, leading into this week, because Joe was showing me how to do it. But I swear, when I got on my own, I was just trying to do different... Anyway, it took me longer than expected. Alright, Active Fam, we are on. Okay, so it is currently 7:35 AM on the dot. I have sacrificed 6 minutes out of my journey this morning to go back to the gym just to get my camera so that I could vlog for today. So I'm in a little bit of a rush because I'm trying to get down to St Kilda in time for my brother's race. He's doing a triathlon series this morning and he starts at 8 o'clock on the dot. So I was like, do I rush there to get there before he starts, or do I go to the gym and get the camera? So you know me, I'm all about that vlog life. Went to the gym, grabbed the camera, got the mic, got another lens so I can even try and get some quick photos of him as he's riding by on his bike. And yeah, that's where we're at. If you're wondering what that little hissing sound was in that last video, it was this lid. The gas comes out of these lids and they go... It just sounds like a dog. Listen. So these are the new kombuchas. Got plastic bottles now. Love it. Well, I just got down to St Kilda. I'm running a little bit late because I kind of took a detour, because when they do this event, they block off the main road, and coming from my side of town, you need to go through that road to get to St Kilda. So I had to go all the way around through these back streets, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit lost, all right? So now I'm like running alongside the bike riders. So this is the road that they block off, and then all the cyclists go up and down here. Bang, bang. I did legs yesterday. I shouldn't be running. I gotta find the family. Hi, Jolino.
Hey, Jazz.
You know where Alex is? Good luck, bro. Oh, look at the morning faces. No makeup. Oh, shit. Same shoes. Mine are fucked though. Oh. Let's see it. Fucking oath, cuzzy. Let's go, ready? Ready? Here it comes, here it comes! Go, Alex! Let's go, Alex! Go, Alex!
Yeah.
I'm burning in my skin. Can't get them out of my head. Words, these words are said to me. Stop my heart beating. Now I'm stuck on.
Go, Alex! Keep pushing, bros! Love you! How are you, boss?
Good. Yeah.
Here he comes. The yellow shoes.
Get it.
Sarah trying to cross the road, and bang, drop the coffee. Oh, far out. Girls.
That's right.
Oh my god, we were just comparing shoes before. Far out. Now that's taking vlogging to a whole new level.
Sorry.
There she is. Be careful, yeah? Don't drop your coffee. You got nice white shoes on. Don't drop the coffee. Don't drop the coffee. Oh!
Oh, good.
Alright, we're down at the sausage sizzle now. About to go get a little snag. I feel like we're at Bunnings.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Oh, here we go, Maritz. Ow! Alright. Is there any sauce?
Yeah, you're getting sauce.
Oh, yeah. That one?
Yeah, man.
All of them, yeah? All three of these for you?
No, I've got.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
No, I got you two. So there's one.
Oh, one's for me.
Yeah.
Right.
No, please.
Pretty shit, huh?
I think that is a bit cold.
No good. They're not like the Bunnings ones. Let's go, Alex! Bring it on, brother! Woo! My brother! He's done! Finished! Here he is, the champ!
Killed it, bro.
Love you, man.
Love you, bro. Thanks for coming.
No worries, man. Smashed it.
Huh? A little bit.
Want some water?
Oh, my favourite.
Miles all round.
Number one supporter.
Number one supporter at every event.
Always here.
Alright guys, I don't know what day it is, I don't know what time it is. All I know is that I'm going to be doing a back workout right now and I'm going to film it for you guys because I haven't put any workout footage in this vlog as of now. I'm training with my boy Matty, so we're crushing the lat pull downs first and now we're going to start on doing a little bit more lower lat dominant movements because that's where both of us need to bring up on our backs. When you're doing that last movement, there's several ways to do it. Depending on where you want to hit on your back, that's how you're going to have to position your body and the angle of your chest. If you want to hit your lower lats, you got to keep your chest upright, arch your spine. If you want to hit more your Christmas tree, bend over it and pull lower down on your legs. On that one, I was trying to stay upright because we're trying to activate lower lats, like what I said before. I'm also not lifting my chest up and down with the movement, which is fine. If you want to hit your Christmas tree, you've got to move with the bar, because we're trying to target lower lats, I was keeping my body static and only pulling with my elbows, keeping them flared out to the sides. That's very important because it flares your shoulder blade out, which then puts the pressure on your lats. So to finish up our back workout for tonight, we're going to move into doing our lower lats using a one-arm cable row. Now normally I would throw in a one-arm dumbbell row, but because that's such a heavy movement and requires a lot of central nervous system stimulation, I feel like we've already hit our big compound movements for the workout. So I want to add in just more detail to my lower back, stretching and contracting through the range of motion and also applying that time under tension technique. So watch carefully on the angles that we swing our hips away from our shoulder joint through the stretching phase, and then when we contract we actually bring the two joints together. So to start this movement off, what you're going to do is put your knee on the bench and rest this forearm against here so that you can lever off it as you pull. You don't want to have your hands like this and then when you're pulling you've got nowhere to pull from, so you end up just pulling from that arm, okay? Use this forearm as a leverage movement, and then basically as you're reaching forward, keep your palm facing upwards. That's going to flare your shoulder blade out to the side like this, and as I reach forward, I'm pulling my hips away. Then when I pull in, I'm going to slowly contract my lat, pull my shoulder and my hip together, lifting that back heel up off the floor. As I reach forward, I'm looking to stretch the muscle from both ends, pulling away from my hips and my shoulders, and then contract. It's alright if you pause on the stretch as well. Now take whoa. Alright, so take note that when you're doing a one-arm dumbbell or a one-arm cable, the benefits of doing a unilateral movement is that you can pull your shoulder in towards the midline of your body, crunching your lower lat. Any two-arm movement, it's very hard to obviously do that because you're having to pull from both sides, which means it's harder to get that extra contraction through the midline of your body. So utilizing something like this where you can squeeze and hold and really drag that shoulder in, that's going to give you a thicker, denser muscle at the very bottom of your Christmas tree where it comes up like that. Some of the common mistakes that I see people doing when they set this up is that they put this foot too far forward and flat on the floor, and then they're like this, and they're pulling through their arms, yeah? Lift your hips up, so hips roll forward like this, and then lever through your shoulder, stretching it and holding it until you feel the connection, and then slowly drag it until you feel your muscle bunching up. Drop down towards the ground and then forward. So watch this, my shoulder drops down and then forward. One more thing. It might not feel like that distance from here to here is going very far, but you're actually stretching the muscle from both ends. So your hand's going forward maybe this much, but your hip is also pulling away the same amount, which means theoretically you're stretching it from both ends the same. So just think about it like that. Take your time with it, start with a lighter weight, and then slowly build it up. Don't jump straight to doing your heavy weight, or you're not going to be able to feel your hips and your shoulders moving. Alright guys, that concludes our workout for tonight. Just a quick 1 hour and 30-minute session. Alright, so this is the Black HP Stringer, which is the high performance range, which means it comes in our soft material. It's coming in 3 colours, black, maroon, and the camo. Quick plug.